Well, I've got to apologize because we have been flat out around here, which means I'm a little laxed in keeping you up to date. But that changes, at least for today. Not because we're lax, but because I gotta show you what's going on. And we are making big progress. Well, I'm not gonna lie. It has been a long few weeks. Hence why I have been really bad at giving you updates. Part of the fact is that, doing a project like this, building a barn, is similar to any major construction project. If you're building a house, if you're building anything, it just consumes you while it's going, especially at the stages we've been at. Add in the fact that it's been May, which means it's planting season for us and start of hay season and all that kind of stuff. I can't keep up. So, sorry I've been terrible at keeping you updated. I just simply am borderline just staying sane as it is. But that's okay. We are kind of at that light at the end of the tunnel, I think, where the barn is getting close. We're a little over 2 weeks from moving in, and planting is wrapping up. And so that's basically what we've been doing the last few weeks. Is it's whenever it's good to plant, we go plant. And then the moment we're not planting, we're back in the barn here, answering questions, putting stuff together, doing things in here. And then the moment it's ready to plant again, we go and plant. And then back to the barn when we're not planting. So, honestly, tired does not even begin to describe what we all are around here, but, as I say, it's the light at the end of the tunnel, and I think you're going to be impressed with how we've come along. All right, let's take you over here, because I think this is one of the big highlights. Look at this, there's no dirt anymore. The dirt's all gone. Patton and crew were in grading all of this. So that then Schoonerwoods could finish up their pour. And in fact, they did finish up their pour. In fact, they are done pouring concrete completely. We are done all of the concrete work, and my goodness, does it ever look good. It's nice not playing in dirt. It's nice having all of that concrete work. So that is a major job done. The other major job that is, well, let's not get carried away. It's not done. But look at all the stabling that's in now. You guys need to move, see these brackets? You guys are gonna move them from the box over to here. So, I'll show you what I need you to do. Here is the box full, okay? There needs to be a total of 4 of these at every post over there, and 1 bag of bolts. Okay? 4 of these, 1 bag of bolts set beside each post over there.
Well, no. Okay.
Get them in together and we'll...
Well, but you gotta adjust.
I know.
Oh.
Okay. Trade you. A little.
Is your guy coming later?
And so this is a job that we've been kind of working together at with Dairy Lane. It's one of the big things we have been working at is we've hung a lot of the stalls. You know, they may hang a few and then kind of show us what we're doing, and then we hammer away at it. And then they kind of, you know, do another part and we hammer away at it. That's kind of in the teamwork. And really the idea of that is to, you know, if we're doing it, then they're not charging us to do it. So it's kind of one of those ways that we figure we can save a few dollars in us doing some of the work. So this is like amazing. We've got a handful of stalls over there to finish up. We were missing those loops. They're in now. So like that's done. And really we've just got to get the brisket bar in here, then drop the sand in, then drop some straw on top. And like the cow stalls at least are gonna be ready, which is good, because did I mention we're just over 2 weeks away from moving in. Okay, the other thing I gotta show you is in here. The epoxy got done. Oh, actually, don't look at this. This is a terrible example of the epoxy because, as you can see, it's a little dirty. Dirty in there. Dirty in there. Let's find a clean room. Okay, here's a clean room, although it's also the darkest room, but that's okay. I think that looks sharp. So the Royal Restoration crew was in. Never knew how epoxy got done. Epoxy gets done by putting the epoxy down first. Then they just throw, it's not confetti, it's the chips, the color chips, but we'll call it confetti. They throw the confetti in mass quantities all over the place. And then they let it sit a night, then they scrape the excess chips off, then they pour the clear coat on, and then they're done. And that is how we get epoxy. So the epoxy is done in the robot rooms. It's done in here, office, utility room, electrical room, and milk house. Kind of the only spot we didn't really do it is our like shop area in here. Just because, I mean, this is where we're gonna park the skid steer. It doesn't really need epoxy. So that is a magical job done. And then, because the epoxy got done, it means we got a bulk tank in here.
Put the block in the middle of the wheels. A little more. Keep going.
I'll show you over here too. Whew. That looks good. Gonna be able to ship mail. Here is some fancy computer screen of some kind that will basically allow the milk truck driver to pull the milk. It'll divert the milk into a holding tank so that the robots can keep milking, but he can pump milk and it can get washed. I don't completely understand, but apparently it'll work very well. But the Dairyland guys got that in. It was an interesting challenge because basically it just had to come through that door over there. But we got it in. They got the condenser up. And I mean, it's not hooked up yet, but it's in there. Calibration is coming hopefully in the next couple of weeks, and then they can calibrate the tank so that when the milk truck driver comes, the way we record it is the milk will bubble up and rise to whatever level it is here, and then there's numbers here and 1/16 of an inch type thing, and basically they'll use that with a chart to tell them how much milk is in that tank. That's how we do it here. I know I've been to a few other countries in which they measure the milk by, basically when it's pumping on the truck, it'll record how many, liters or pounds or gallons or whatever into the tank. Apparently around here they tested that, and when you get north and it's really cold in the winter, it kind of throws those off. So that's the way we do it around here, is just by that measuring stick calibrated to say when it's at 100 inches high, it equals this many liters. And then last but not least is this very dark room. Kind of ironic that it's the darkest room when it is the electrical room. But we have had a bit of a snag in getting electrical in the barn, in that the hookup from the road has continued to be delayed because we actually did have a pretty major storm one day. That storm knocked out electricity for hundreds of thousands of people, and they took several weeks getting that cleaned up, so it meant we kind of get pushed back. Tomorrow is going to be the day that they basically flip the switch. The Gerber crew will get kind of everything re-hooked up so that all the electricity diverts to this barn, as well as the old barn, but really, kind of puts this in place. So once we get that hooked up, then they will be working like mad, I know, to get things hooked up because, did I mention, we are just over 2 weeks from moving in. Whew. I said that I've been wildly stressed out because there's so much going on. Well, I'm not sure that's going to change necessarily, but the fact that planting is pretty much wrapped up, we've got a lot of first cut hay done already. It takes at least one weight off of our shoulders and means that this becomes the one, the only priority we get to work on. And I'll make sure I actually keep you updated this time.